Welcome to Tabletop Cinema, where we bring together the worlds of filmmaking, tabletop role-playing, and video games. I don't know why I'm trying to sound like a horror TV show host. I'm Mikey, a freelance filmmaker, tabletop RPG game master, and variety streamer on Twitch, and I am getting into the mood because we will be playing the final episode of the early access of Scarlet Hollow. A highly interactive visual novel written and drawn by Abby Howard. It has been quite a ride so far, and we're starting episode 4 today. So, as typical as we do on this stream, well, I'm gonna play as much as I can, break for dinner, and then we're gonna go straight into the finale. Welcome in, Bonebreaker. How's it going? Let's give you a shout out over here. What will scare you more, Scarlet Hollow or the customers that call me? I'm gonna say there are bigger chances for the customers, but I do hope you do not get any scary customers. But thank you for the alert. Thank you for working, and thank you for working. Well, I'm glad you're able to. I'm glad you're working for yourself, but also thank you for lurking and working. Hey, that rhymes. All right, let's go ahead and start this. So we are Daisy Barnes, and which is the save again? October 9. This, right? Yeah, Feb 10. No, Feb 16. Wait, where's my save? Oh, here we go. 23. I thought I lost my save. I got scared. So this is the one I saved manually here, February 23. But I'm gonna use the autosave. All right. Ready for the end. Vano, I can't wait for the next episodes. This is why I wait for seasons to finish. Okay. Speaking of which, Mandalorian episode 1 just dropped yesterday, and I'm not even caught up because I haven't caught up with Boba Fett yet and all sorts of other things. But I hear it's good. Mandalorian doing its thing. Pal, thank you for the hydrate and welcome in. We are just gonna be welcome to the first half of the stream. We're gonna be streaming the whole day today. Getting episode 4 of Scarlet Hollow done, which is the final episode, Cry, of the early access. There's gonna be 7 episodes in total, but only 4 are released so far. The team is hard at work making episode 5, and what's interesting is they do take the feedback, or they say that they do take the feedback of players moving forward, and they make changes to the future episodes. Now, that is the ideal situation and the promise, the promise of the episodic format, which companies like Don't Nod tried with Life is Strange to mixed effect, because the gap between the episodes was just too crazy. I think in Life is Strange 2, there's almost a wait of almost 1 year for like one of the gaps, and it was just, since then, Don't Nod just decided we're gonna create all the episodes and release it, which is kind of unfortunate in the sense that, like what they're doing here with Scarlet Hollow, it's definitely more manageable because it is a visual novel, but you can't underestimate the complexity of the choices and the writing that they've gone into this. So there's like Vanoa saying there was a huge, it's novels worth of text inside this visual novel, and all the different routes and the different options. What is my point here? I'm hopeful for the next episodes because I think they're able to stick to their promise of learning from the feedback, and it's like an ongoing narrative. So it's not like they just dump the whole season on you and then that's it. There's no room for change. Like, you can never really tell how your work will perform until it's out there in the public. Like, you can't just trap yourselves in your own space. Yeah, there are private screenings and everything, but once it comes to the contact with the public, you will definitely get feedback. So they're listening, and I do respect them for that, and I do hope they'll be able to rise to the challenge of this episodic format and not keep us waiting too long. Okay, that is a good hydrate. If you could, hydrate again. Cool. Yeah, I need to drink more water. My lips are perpetually dry, and all I drink on stream is like coffee. So I need a reminder that water is healthy. Slay the Princess will be out first. Good, okay, because I do want to stream Slay the Princess. That is so fun. The demo of Slay the Princess was so fun. I don't know, it's just like one scenario, and it was so intriguing. Slay the Princess was so freaking intriguing. And it's just a simple premise, like on paper. But then it just like spirals into the decadent and terrifying unknown. So at least that gives us an idea. While waiting for episode 5 of Scarlet Hollow, we can definitely play Slay the Princess to help tide us over for the wait. Alright, I'm ready. Episode 4 awaits. If you'd like to save before continuing, please do so now. I think I did. I did, yeah. Oh, explore. Join the Discord or follow us on Twitter or continue. 05, long time no see. How is it going? How is dealing with SCPs? Because we are going to be dealing with another horrific situation here. This is a bona fide large-scale town event. It's a supernatural town-scale event over here. Oh, okay, no problem. Welcome in. I just got a message there. You can share it now as he was mostly decided already. Let's check here. Okay, just a little teaser of what we've been getting into here. So this is it's that smile. It's that smile. Talk. I'm forgetting my scenes. Talk cam. No, that's my face cam. There we go. Lushvik Peony, hello, welcome in. Always grateful for your support. We were just about to start for another whole day stream of this. We're gonna finish Scarlet Hollow episode 4 today. And Vanwa was just sharing this thing. So have you ever wondered why every playthrough of Scarlet Hollow feels so different? It isn't just from branching off of major decisions. A lot of characters make use of a hidden 10 variable relationship system that maps to their perception of the protagonist. So I'm not gonna look at the text, so I won't know what variables there are. But it's a curious thing. I am looking at the red part, and I can see like there are 10 variables, and that's pretty cool. I think you can actually take this as your favorite redeem. Of course, you're gonna pet the cats. I'm gonna try something here. I'll try and get one of the cats. I have a cat in a box. Hi. I don't know why they love this box from Korea. But it's perfect for shipping. You can ship the cat anywhere. Ready for shipping. Are you wondering where you are? Transported the entire box. Isn't it weird? Okay. Shipping you off. Bye. Well, that was fun. So as you can, so for some reason the cats really love that box. I can't throw it away because they made it their home. Like both cats love that box. I don't know. I guess it smells like Korea. I've never been, but I ordered something from Korea and they just been clinging on to that box for a while now. Yeah. So yeah, I was gonna look at it anyway. Already role playing a character, so not gonna change much. So we're gonna stick to character. But I like this. And I was gonna say that looking at this, the agreeable, open, bold, insightful, unreliable, adversarial, close, passive, dull, reliable, agreeable. You know, a lot of these things, it's nice to really break it all down because a lot of it is very complex system to really emulate, you know, like a tabletop RPG, human to human feel. So this 10 variable relationship system is interesting to see because this is the mental calculus and emotional calculus that we kind of go through, you know, as we converse with each other. So look at it now and like, okay, so yeah, so each character, so this is the choices you make. These variables influence a lot of dialogue, as well as sprites and emotional range of these characters in a given scene. And tracking this much information lets us take a very nuanced approach to PC NPC relationships. Thank you so much for keeping me hydrated, O5. Cheers if you can't hear this. But yeah, let's see here. I'm on the wrong page. So these characters in a given scene, tracking this much information lets us take a very nuanced approach to PC and PC relationships. It's also why Scarlet Hollow will never get voice acting. Same line, different emotional context. If they had unlimited money, I could see them like Papio 5. I don't know if you can hear us. Thank you so much for being here. Take care. Take care. So, yeah, like if they had unlimited budget and they could record this like over and over, they could record so many different lines like here like this. Like yeah, of course, same line, different emotional context. This is what you ask for anyway from voice actors, but to do this with multiple NPCs and have so many lines of dialogue, how expensive would that be, right? Again, thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. So this system also dovetails into other parts of her narrative design, often unlocking different paths or scenes based on who someone is to you. Your relationship with your cousin, for instance, has the possibility to unlock an entirely separate outcome in episode 3. I do wonder, because we were with Tabitha. The Scarlets were involved, right? We go out of our way to not show off the system, even though it's a big part of our secret sauce, mostly because the whole point of it is to make our story and characters feel more alive and dynamic. Having a meter to see that X statement gives you Y open with Tabitha ruins that. You gives you Y open with Tabitha ruins that. Yeah, exactly. It's like seeing this in game, it does take it out. Like so far in the 3 episodes we've played, just me trying to roleplay my character, it does overall felt very organic, like you were actually interacting with a live GM in a way, and that's very good. So it's very cool that they have this dev diary and everything. But yeah, these values, I guess it's already set. Very interesting. So this value, what does this exactly apply to? relationship system that maps to their perception of the protagonist. So this is their perception of us. Okay, okay. Dull. I wonder what she sees in us. Oh, cousin. All right. That is a nice little bit of insight. Thank you for sharing that, Banwa. But I said, translating that experience into a video game, dialogue systems, very difficult. Very, very difficult. Would you like to see a recap before starting episode 4? Heck yeah. And let's just, since this is the final episode of the early access, let's get a full recap, yeah? Let's get the full recap. It's been a while. The story so far. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops in CD depots that felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of Pearl and Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Izzy, you shared this yesterday, but it is kind of painful to see that again. I remember that scene now. Like, I didn't get it at first, but it's just very unfortunate. At least, I don't know if they had any layoffs. I just read that they were folded back in. So hopefully they'll be able to contribute further and make a better game. But yeah. Did I just not do that? I just wrecked a studio with my mind. I just destroyed a game studio with my mind. And I know people hyper-focused on that because that was what was previewed. But it just happens once. And then, you know, Frey just kind of tones down a bit. But I didn't get to finish it. I didn't play much of it. But a lot of the criticism is that she's just not a very likable protagonist. And that she is so mean to everyone. Like, that's what my friend was saying. That it's hard to even root for the main character you're playing because she's so mean to everyone. So, I don't know. I'm not really looking forward to the playthrough. Okay, they're back in Square Enix proper. But, you know, they tried and it didn't work out. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of things happen behind the scenes. We just will never really know like the full story of it, but that's unfortunate. All right, queuing this video up. Thank you. Bellular has a good extended video. Oh, Bellular. Yeah, he has good insights. I think I watched. Didn't Bellular also make a bunch of like FF14 stuff? I think I saw some of his interviews or some of his podcast stuff. All right. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms are... What is that? Unfortunately, due to... Thank you, history and text log. Every game needs this. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of Stella's flashlight while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. Come on, you! Whatever your name is, grab that flashlight and help me light up a good shot! As the creatures in the tree line grow louder and more numerous, Gretchen violently strains against her harness. You dive to the flashlight and swing your body towards the woods. I said, aim the damn thing! Quick! Perfect. Wait, where's Gretchen? Where's my dog? My grandmother called them ditchlings, and they are a terrible omen, a sign of great suffering and destruction to come. Make yourself at home. From now on, you're back at this state by bedtime. No more impromptu sleepovers. You're thinking it would be good if they split the staff up in 4 CBs and Square Enix? Basically bolster each one just a bit. Well, I can't really say because I don't know, how they work and what their structure is like, but that does make sense. But if breaking that team, whatever team, wouldn't that like break the team cohesion that they already had established? It would be like breaking them apart and then fitting them into a new cogs, which may be spinning at a different rate. You get it. I don't know how these big game development studios work. That's how I feel. Like they've kind of built this certain rapport. Well, based on my experience working with a particular team and then having us kind of split up and then work under different production houses and how they operate very differently, and you just have to, adjust to them. So whatever magic that original team had does get literally split apart. But this is the studio that made Forspoken we're talking about. So again, I don't know how it ended up being such a mediocre product, but aside from them throwing out the ideas of the scriptwriter and everything, maybe pressure from the executives. I don't know the story. Good at technical development, bad at creating their own stuff. All right, yeah. The supervisors need to be demoted and work their way back up. So they were not ready. They were not ready for their own creative endeavor. We didn't get to talk to Avery. Winnie can fix you some of Sybil's new blend. Maybe it'll calm you down a bit. I think you'll like today's mix. It's chaga and lemon balm. Should help ease your stress and tension. And if you feel like talking, I'll be all ears. I see you're a private person. I can respect that. We skipped that scene. You never know how someone might respond to hearing the truth of what you encountered last night. Have either of you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into trouble out there. Hi, Dr. Kelly. We were wondering if it would be okay if Reese could come hang out. Nothing strenuous, we promise. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now anyways. Stay home. Wait for the week to end. Don't keep putting yourself in the path of danger. This is all I ask. Did I read somewhere that they were selling Wayne plushies? As you leave Tabitha's office, you take a moment to get your bearings, only to be interrupted by a sudden movement out of the corner of your eye. Oh yeah, I read something about they revised the mystic trait apparently. Like for episode 4. Like I stumbled upon like one of their older blogs, and then they revised the mystic trait somehow. I did feel it, it is really more relevant for episode 3. So I wonder how the mystic trait will help us moving forward. A girl carrying a bundle of snacks pops through a hole in the fence and disappears over the crest of a hill. She didn't. I guess the old Maxwell place doesn't cut it as a secret hangout spot these days. But the Shaw mine? That place was shut down like 100 years ago. After a collapse that killed over 100 people. My dad is a foreman at the continuous mining facility, and he says they only abandoned this mine because there wasn't enough coal left. So it's actually really safe and we can hang out here whenever we want. My dad says our house is haunted. Kanika is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. Horror visual novel? What? From the artist of The World Ends With You? Nice. Announced 3 weeks ago. Thanks for sharing this. Pre-orders are available on Steam. Paranorma site launches on Nintendo Switch. I hope it's good. I just really don't have any hope for any Square published stuff. But That sounds great. Visual novel with the artist of Neo, The World Ends With You. Damn. And a visual novel. That's surprising. That is surprising. I'll definitely check that out. I should wishlist it. Kanika is interrupted by a pair of thunderous knocks. Wait a second. Where'd 3 of you run off to? Are you kidding me? There is something in the darkness before you that's much louder, though you don't hear it, but you can feel it in your chest, like the deep growl of a predator. Got it on Switch, 20% discount. Really want Square making horror games, so wanted to show interest. Yeah, like it does look interesting. Wow, did not see that coming. Hey, you alright, Daisy? Stella reaches for your shoulder, but not before the light from your phone illuminates the chamber. That thing again. We saw like 2 of those already. This reminds me of like Exocolonist. Daisy? Daisy, are you alright? Wait, Becky and Alexis are still down there. You can't just leave them here. I know which way they were going. They'll listen to you this time, I promise. Your surroundings quake as the mine collapses around you. Tabitha doesn't say a word as the car cuts along the darkened road. You collapse in Tabitha's dusty guest bed, your head empty of thoughts. After your time in the Shaw mine, you barely even notice the dust. When you close your eyes, you see Rosalina's face, twisted with pain, staring up at you with tear-streaked cheeks. Trapped by powers beyond her control, terrified of what her now uncertain future would hold. Episode 3. There are 2 of them now. I wonder what is that was the moment I learned that opossums learn to play dead. Because we tried to pet them, and then I thought I killed them, but they were just playing dead. As you're ready to leave, Ginny approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the 2 of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Daisy, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard it again. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry you got caught up in that. I'll be praying for Oscar and poor little Rosalina. They're such sweethearts. Couldn't have happened to nicer people. Morning. Is the new blend ready? Of course. Daisy, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will just be a minute. Well, if it ain't Daisy Barnes. Bo, this is Miss Scarlet's cousin. She was there with Stella that night in the woods. It's a pleasure to meet you, miss. My name is Bo. I'm Duke's boy. Hope you've been faring better since all that unpleasantness. Tabitha stops in front of a small house on that quiet hill just off Main Street. What is up?
My favorite chill street.
That brings a smile to my face and my heart, 80 Bale Bear. How is it going? It has been so long. Thank you for 13 freaking months. Welcome in, grab a seat, and enjoy the ride. We have just started. This is the recap of Scarlet Hollow. It's a visual novel, a horror visual novel, written and drawn by Abby Howard. We are on episode 4 right now. But hopefully this recap will help you catch up with things. It's a pretty spooky and well-written ride. But thank you so much for your kind words, and thank you so much for 13 months. That is insane. Hopefully we can continue to grow the channel with your support and really expand as a brand and bring more content to all of you. Thank you so much. Wow. Awesome. Chill vibes. With spookiness. Never considered myself as a chill streamer, but when you put it like that, makes me believe, even for a moment. Tabitha stops in front of a small house on the quiet hill just off Main Street. The Scarlets own most of the houses out here. We rent them out to employees. Just more convenient, you know? Your cousin pulls out a heavy set of keys from her pockets. She picks out one marked with a bright strip of green tape and unlocks the door. Come on in. Don't worry, it's empty. And we got to get closer to our cousin. We broke down her barriers, and I think that's when she started to warm up to us. And I love this scene. The literal dog mayor. Yep. He's a dog. Look at that face. It's a Doge face. It's like they drew over the Doge face. Freaking love that expression. Yep. And Mayor Jimmy is a dog. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. And I tried to shake his hand, and then a security guy like turned us away. Also, I never noticed this. Holy crap! So that really was Charles Shaw being That's what we saw in the vision. This we saw this in the vision, except they were up on the hill carrying this, and yeah, confirmed they were carrying this guy. This is I don't know if this is Scarlet. No, this is Charles Shaw who took the fall. But you can see look, they're also kind of parallel. Oh my god, what's the word? All my words are gone today. They're trying to parallel the Passion of Christ as well. I just realized, the women crying here. But anyway, like a crucifixion and all that, the sacrificial lamb for the sins of Scarlet Hollow. And we also saw some depictions of a lamb as sacrificial lamb, stuff like that. And look at these children. This painting depicts maybe a brighter future after the sacrifice of the crucifixion of Charles Shaw. Out on a rail. This is literally out on a rail though. So they literally did this to him. They ran him out of town, out on a rail. He became a depressed drunk and drank himself into oblivion. So that is Charles Shaw Sr. His son, Charlie Jr., met a grisly fate, which we will learn later on. But I just noticed this. I just noticed his painting and I'm looking at it. Art. Sips on wine. Parable, metaphor, yeah, you get what I mean. It's very reminiscent of this scene. Of that scene, the Passion of the Christ. My reading of it, at least. And it carries similar tones of bearing the world's sins, bearing other people's sins. So for Charles, it is bearing Scarlet's sins, our family's sins, our character's sins, our family's bloodline sins, and being sacrificed and run out of town. This fire is... They torched this house. I don't know what happened to his wife. Did she burn along with the house? Anyway. But Charlie, his son, was able to get away. This guy, I wonder how he's gonna factor in. I really hope they don't turn him into a bad guy, because that's just too on the nose. Because look at this guy. Before you can catch up to your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. Mystical. It's hard to put a finger on it, but something compels you to dislike this man. It's like my senses are telling me. I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it you're Daisy Barnes. Everyone's been buzzing about you. I am so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. If you'd ever like to discuss your beliefs, my door is always open. Also, them hitting you with the pastor kind of also, I don't know, it helps inform the background for me. Oh, Reese, right? The basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvases line its edges, while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. But it's funny that Kanika says, "Your mom is so scary." Like, they're not, this doesn't creep them out at all. This is just Reese and his art style, which has grown more and more, let's just say, focused on the feeling of, I don't know, death. Since Reese has accepted his own condition, but we have an idea of what may be the root of Reese's mysterious condition. Our mystical talent said so. Reese, she can be a little intense, kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Anyway, make yourselves comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately. Haven't been cleaning much. The dinner. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Kanika anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense, his shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to his. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. See, good use of words and imagery here. Like, the power of the choosing your words correctly. Perches on the chair next to his. Of course, you can't just say, and his mother sits on the chair next to his. It totally changes the scene when it's perches on the chair. And then, of course, adding the sharp, fierce gaze. So, yeah, that really made me feel like watched and uneasy during this dinner. So, we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week while Daisy is still in town. We'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie, Doc. Yeah, we'll just sit downstairs in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. This is why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever gonna change. I'm sick every day and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in the basement alone just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sake. I can't believe I have to ask for permission from my mom just to have friends over. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Curse! It's a curse! I don't know if the recap's gonna capture that. Let's keep reading. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix. Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Hey, you're just in time. Rosalina's situated in the back room. Alexis is gonna keep her company while we hopefully get this all sorted out. I just can't get over. I know Oscar was like drawn like this to appeal to a certain people. But I just also can't help but imagine if my friend dresses like this. He doesn't give a shit. He'll wear his tank top and then while we hang out. And he also, of course, like, people call him a bear. So yeah. Oscar and Kanika startle as the door swings open. Seems like... On that note, I also read somewhere apparently that this game started as like an idea for a dating sim. Or something like that. And then it eventually evolved into a horror visual novel with some romance sprinkled in. Hello, Ditchling. See, there's one over there. Spot the Ditchling. Oh, my face cam's covering it, but it's over here by the door. Seems I made it just in time. Let's get the show on the road. I don't have all night. This is the ghost busting scene. This is when shit really got weird. See, look at that. Whoa. This is what I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. The stain was actually blood, by the way, and it kept leaking through. Blood. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch. The floor around it, stained in reddish brown. I'm going for it. And then... whoosh. The Scarlets get whisked away into a magical realm. Doki Doki Sadness Club. Oh, Doki Doki. Unforgettable game, that one. I just played that late last year, I think, for the first time ever, not knowing anything about the game. Holy crap, what a ride Doki Doki was. It's the episode where romance options will start showing. Yeah, but like, things are escalating so heavily. I'm not even sure if Daisy has the time and emotional bandwidth to deal with feelings. But again, let's just roleplay her out and see what happens. This reminds you of an angel from Evangelion. Anyway, wait, do you hear music? Oh, right, that scary puppeteering shit. Yeah, because Charles Shaw Jr., also Charlie, became a puppeteer when he ran away from town. Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in shadows rises to attention. Stella? Oh, they skipped over everything. There you are. I would have found you sooner, but the restaurant clearly doesn't want me here. The mention of the restaurant, whatever that was. Ah! It doesn't seem to have the same issue with these miserable little parasites. And then, splooch. Ugh. Gross, but oddly satisfying. Bottom feeders always manage to slip through the cracks, don't they? What a way to make an impression, Wayne. Like, I wanted to talk to this guy, and then he goes on and like stomps this thing like into mush, and then like, that is vaguely threatening. Not vaguely threatening, Wayne. So we ran. Trial. We got an achievement for this, and true enough, the reference was Phoenix Wright. I mean, with the design of with the layout. The achievement was also Phoenix. The sins of the father are to be laid upon the children. One of you must forfeit, doesn't matter which. Bullshit! We lawyered ourselves up, and we were able to get out without sacrificing 50 years of our life. You and Tabitha come to in the basement, a mound of packed dirt in front of you. Your friends are nowhere to be seen, though Sybil remains standing on the stairwell, as if she's been patiently waiting for you to get up. Sybil saved everyone else, so mystic powers. Here. Ah, the spirit is gone, and the two of you are back. And both of you are whole. I have to admit that this is quite an unexpected outcome. Excellent work, Daisy Barnes. Will you be my mentor now, Sybil, and teach me the ways of the Force? I'm so sorry, Daisy. I don't think I can talk right now. I'll call you, okay? She hurries off down the road. Because I think she took the brunt of the puppeteering thing. Because they were all conscious while it was happening. And she played the part of the wife of Charlie Shaw. They didn't show it in the recap, but I think that's an important event. Charlie was murdered by his childhood love for some reason. I don't know if it's a curse or if Edwardine was possessed, or I don't know. Maybe she was so brainwashed into thinking that the Shaw family was at fault for the downfall of like the Scarlets or something. Like, But holy crap, like she beat his head in with a bat and stuffed him in that hatch. Wait, shoved him to the hatch, shoved him down the trapdoor into the cellar, and then beat him up with a bat. So that's why the place was haunted, and that's why the trapdoor was there. So that remains unanswered. So what made Edwardine switch? What made her commit murder? So the only clue we have was that there was another force, possibly the Resonant. I don't know. They mentioned the Resonant, who directed Charlie and Edwardine to a particular place and told them to dig up something, and they'd find something there supposedly, and then it would like make them happy, or it would fix everything or whatever. So they followed this and they found something, and then Edwardine killed Charles. So we dug up something important as well. We looked for the body of Charles Shaw Jr., Charlie, and we saw his body curled up in a fetal position next to another carving. So the carving that gave our mystic senses, that overloaded our mystic senses and made us give us a lot of creepy vibes and shit. We felt the same pull at Reese's house. So Reese, son of the doc, and we wanted to open that door, but the doc was adamant about keeping us out of that door, like keeping us out of that room. Like it is suspiciously, she was suspiciously, I don't know, she was very sus about it. You know, it is just so sus. Like she really did not want us in that room. So our mystic senses drew us there, and we were like, there's a cursed, I'm pretty sure there's a cursed carving as well somewhere there. So that's where we're at. Before I go, Sybil places a hand on your arm, holding you back for a moment. I'm sure you have questions. Yes, many. After everything you saw tonight. But let's not get into it here. I didn't explain it properly. I'm so sorry. Well, we are in episode 4. I should have explained it properly, but that's a lot's happening. Hopefully things will make sense once we actually get started. This is just a recap. I think everyone could use a little rest and relaxation right now, yourself included. Now I see why they didn't put all those details in, because it might just overload and confuse you. If you swing by the tea room sometime tomorrow, say early afternoon, you and I can have a little chat. I'll see you then, Daisy Barnes. That's where I left off. You don't even notice yourself entering the guest room and falling into bed. Suddenly, you're just there, buried under your family's musty covers. The spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. has been put to rest, but disaster still looms over the town of Scarlet Hollow. So in summary, Bill, we came here for the funeral of our aunt, who was on bad terms with our mother. So we visited her cousin, and weird shit started to happen. All relating to a wrong which was done to a particular family generations ago. So on paper, very typical setup, but we're uncovering the mystery now. This is when things really escalate, supposedly, episode 4. Still, tonight was a good night, and you fall asleep with a gentle, well-earned smile on your face. Wake up. You open your eyes. It's a new day. Last night seems so far away. You can almost pretend the horrors you witnessed in the annex were nothing but a nightmare, chased away by the harsh morning light. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine. But your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. Hope you made it home okay? Is the group chat. Haven't heard from Stella since last night. How about you? You check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. Call Stella, text Stella. Haven't heard from her either. I'm sure she's fine. Oh god, what if she's in trouble? What if she's hurt or dead? So Wayne threatened to mess with Stella if we continued to investigate and push along this path. So that is a very clear threat against Stella. So I'm worried. Everyone had a rough night. She's probably still shaken up. What if Wayne got her? Does Stella disappear like this sometimes? Explore. Text Stella. Hey, you good? Hey, I'm kind of worried after you ran off last night. Text me as soon as you get the chance. That Wayne guy didn't come after you, did he? Kaneki and I are pretty worried about you. Please respond. How's my favorite cryptid hunter? Hey, send Stella a photo of a nervous... send Stella a photo of a nervous puppet. No, she was just puppeted to, like, murder someone. I don't think she's... Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. How she took the brunt of the puppeteering haunting thing, because her character would move on to eventually murder Charlie Jr. Hey, you good? You wait for a few silent minutes. Your message sits undelivered. So, phone's off. I don't want to cold call. I mean, like... Does Stella disappear like this sometimes? Kanika, kinda, but with everything going on, I don't feel comfortable letting her run off on her own. We should look for her, right? Come to town, we should stick together. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. Take a shower, check the closet, Let's check the closet again. Let's see if the doll moved. It didn't move, right? It didn't. No, I don't think it did. No, it didn't. I'm saying it didn't. I'm gonna tell myself it didn't move. You make your way to the closet. There's no denying it. The doll moved it. No, why would you tell us this? The doll moved at some point since your most recent visit. It's probably just Tabitha just checking on it. I don't notice any difference. It didn't move. What are you saying, Daisy? But your long-dead relative's creepy doll isn't the only thing that's different. Someone was in here. Huh. Was it the housekeeper? Was it Tabitha? Researching on something? Something to mull over for the rest of the day. Of course, we're gonna take a shower. Might as well take a shower before starting the rest of your day. You can't let yourself slip. Oh my god. I forgot how freaking... I feel dirtier just being in this guest bathroom. Also, I keep imagining someone stabbing us through these curtains. Anyway, you step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. It feels good to wash away the grime of last night's haunting. But eventually, you'll have to leave this place and confront the rest of the day. In the meantime, you... Think about the door in the clinic. You're still drawn to it, even now. Yep, you'll be going back there today, you're sure of it. Think about the afterlife. It's undeniably real at this point, and what you've seen is terrifying. Think about Stella running off last night. Ponder! Yeah, this is what Psycho has done to the world. Now everyone fears shower curtains. Yes! That is what they did. That is what happened. That is what happened, Ponder. Everyone, Ponder Kind is an amazing streamer. Super chill streamer. No, actually, no. It's really chill to be there with a lot of degenerate, chaotic energy. I love it. Not always degenerate. Sometimes. But I just love being on Ponder's channel. Do go check Ponder Kind channel. Do give them a follow. And super fun. When I said chill, I'm like, wait, that's... Hey, Pao! Yeah, Pao's been lurking over here. But yeah, I don't know, like, sometimes I get super scared even until now. Like, I don't even have shower curtains. It's not because of Psycho, because I never watched Psycho until I became an adult. But I always feel like a presence. Like sometimes I feel like a presence just watching, and it's unnerving. Like it's I really think there is a ghost in this place because I think my cat has seen it already, but nothing bad has happened yet, so I think I'm fine. It just I know it's just my mind playing tricks, but it's like there's this meme which I heavily related to, which was when you're shampooing your hair and closing your eyes, but you feel the ghost staring at you, and then it's like a picture of like someone lathering their scalp and then like squinting through the shampoo, like trying to keep an eye out for the ghost. So it's not just me. Like other people also experience that. Like ever since I was a kid, like I when I shampoo and I close my eyes, I start to feel scared, and then like I try to like wince through the pain and like keep an eye out. Like, oh no, I might get stabbed or something. Until now, sometimes it happens to me. Speaking of showers, I hope nothing happens to us here in this ratty, dirty ass guest bathroom. Ugh. Think about the afterlife. It's undeniably real at this point, and what you've seen is terrifying. Think about Stella running off last night. Hopefully she's just sleeping in. Think about Rosalina's shattered leg and the image of a foot barely still attached to her body. Yes, these are things we've experienced. This is episode 4, by the way. Think about Gretchen and Stella's face as you pull the trigger. Thinking about all the bad decisions we've made, scrub feverishly, trying to scrape the memories from your skin as if they're a part of the dirt that coats you. So edgy. Think about Sybil's warning, the worst is yet to come. Think about Wayne and whether you're ever truly alone. And then Wayne's right there in the corner, right? Wayne's been stalking us. This ghost entity in the game. Think about someone special. When did I... Think about finally being out of this hellhole and safe in your own bed. When you got sick before... Bonebreaker says, when you got sick before last Christmas, one time you were lying in bed, could swear you could hear someone breathing under my bed. Probably just yourself at that moment felt unreal. Don't worry, it's just someone from the afterlife passing by to keep you company. Sometimes they're lonely too because no one can see them. So sometimes they make their presence known just for that bit of... just to let people know that we exist and we're still here. If you think of it that way, maybe... That's really creepy though. That's still really creepy. Think about the door in the clinic. You're still drawn to it, even now. You'll be going back there today, you're sure of it. You think about the door in the clinic. You're still drawn to it, even now. You'll be going back there today, you're sure of it. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. No jump scares, please! Okay. Okay, we're alive. Head downstairs. It's time to face your cousin. Hey, we got on good terms with our cousin. I think she likes us. Yes, this place, her place is a mess. This is not our place. We are visiting here for our aunt's, her mother, my aunt's funeral. She's my cousin. You find her in the kitchen, her shoulders hunched in a tight ball of anxiety. She also has ice cream for breakfast. Like, okay, respect. Tabitha. They're striking this week of all weeks. As if I didn't have enough of on my plate already. She also runs the coal mines. Oh shit, they're striking? Why are they striking? Book smart. If history is anything to go off of here, it almost doesn't matter how strong the strike seems. This is Tabitha's battle to lose. There isn't a union in Scarlet Hollow, which means a proper strike isn't even legal. Huh. Your cousin can do pretty much whatever she wants. How are you gonna handle it, Tabitha? She could fire everyone and wait them out, for instance, or pick and choose her targets. Like she told you yesterday, she owns most of the houses in town, after all. There's a lot of ways she can apply pressure to resolve a strike. But Tabitha's told us, I think in her own way, that she's trying to make up for the terrible way our family has handled the mines of this town. Mystical. That being said, does it even matter how the strike plays out? Any resolution would merely treat the symptoms of the disease rotting the heart of Scarlet Hollow. Yeah, that's our mystic senses. That's us being sensitive to stuff like this. History is gonna repeat itself, it seems. For things to stand any chance of getting better, there's something deeper you still have to fully uncover. So our family, we saw visions that our family was actually the one who was at fault for the Shaw mine collapse. Charles Shaw was the one that said, no, we can't use this wood. It's very unsafe. But typical big bad boss Scarlet, our ancestor, grandfather, great-grandfather, he was like, do it. I don't care if people might die, but our profits, it's all about profit. So, typical. So eventually led to a mine collapse. Hundreds of people died, including children. And then it is all blamed on Charles Shaw. He was the scapegoat. And this place is haunted and cursed now. And I think our bloodline is also cursed because the ghosts are angry. I'd be angry. Talk about the strike. Talk about what happened last night. Have you heard anything from Stella? I can't get a hold of her. If the mine's in trouble, you should just sell it and sell the estate. Get out while you still can. You probably should get going, right? Let's help her out. Let's talk about the strike. Oh my god, mystical. Well, after everything we've been through last night, I'd like to think she'd be more receptive to our mystic stuff. I can't believe blah blah blah. Okay, with everything else going on, it's hard to care about something as mundane as a strike. It's not mundane, it's tied to everything. You're in a really difficult spot right now. I can't believe the gall of these people. After everything you've done for this town, some people just never understand the burdens of leadership. Yikes. Just fire all of them. I'm sure it'll be easy enough to pick up the pieces. Bigger yikes. Just give them what they want, Tabitha. It's no use fighting the inevitable. Sometimes you give them an inch, they'll go for a mile. Just give them what they want. It's the right thing to do. Oh, there. You can... 2 different flavors. Give them what they want. It's the right thing to do. Give them what they want. It's no use fighting the inevitable. Do you know what the strikers even want? Usually I'm pro-union, but... So that's why the Dishlings are here. They're predicting the strike. What's our mystical say? The strike is just a symptom of the rot in this place, Tabitha. If we don't treat the underlying disease, it won't even matter who wins. I'm gonna say this. After everything we've been through, cousin, please take me seriously. What? Thank you so much, Ponder. You have no idea how much that means to me. I don't know anymore. Thank you. Thank you. I think I'm blushing. No, like... Let's just say I just had a lot of hang-ups before starting to stream many years ago. I kept thinking about streaming, putting myself on camera, but always falling short because I never could believe that people would like to listen to my voice because I don't. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. That means a lot coming from you, Ponder. Yeah, hopefully we continue to grow. I never expected to be this long in the game, and I feel like I've only just scratched the surface, and I do want to help grow this brand and really turn it into something. So I'm gonna keep it up. Did I just snort? I'm sorry. Okay, wait. I'm gonna be mystical. I'm gonna double down on this because we've been through some crazy shit, Tabitha. The strike is just a symptom of the rot in this place, Tabitha. If we don't treat the underlying disease, it won't even matter who wins. Okay, yes. I know. She heard. She knew what we were thinking. I know that we saw a literal ghost last night, but this is important, Daisy. She totally read our mind. Like, maybe she'll take us seriously now because we saw a literal ghost. She's like, I know we saw a ghost, but strike, please. So that's why the Ditchlings are here. They're predicting the strike. No, I think they're predicting. It's a repeat. It's history repeating itself. Let's see this. Yeah, I'm surprised they're striking in the first place. Do you know what the strikers even want? I haven't seen a list of demands. I'm sure it's just the usual. Usual? I promise you that if any one of them were in my shoes for a month, they'd be singing a different tune. Huh. Okay, return. Okay, have you heard anything from Stella? I can't get a hold of her. No, but that's not exactly newsworthy. I'm trying to get her back with Stella. That's my mission for this season. It's the last episode, by the way. So sad. Last episode for early access. There are 3 more in the pipeline. But we're gonna finish this today. I'm sure she's just processing what happened last night. We weren't the only ones who were traumatized. Oh, so you do admit it did affect you, Tabitha. I'm sure it affected Tabitha. Tabitha's just a big old ball of tsundere energy. I love you, cousin. Talk about what happened last night. If the mine's in trouble, you should just sell it and sell the estate. Get out what you can. No, if you do this, you're just repeating history. Yeah, let's talk about what happened last night. See, I know she's like warming up to us now because she isn't like literally dragging us out of the room right now. Yeah, Tsunderes are awesome, but she's my cousin, man. Let's draw the line there. I'm shipping her with my friend Stella, who I thought my character would start getting feelings for. By the way, Stella here is like a YouTuber. I guess she's kind of like us in that sense. She does live stream her ghost hunts. She's like a cryptid hunter or something. But yeah, she's like a YouTuber here, which is interesting because they're actually using real platforms here. Like Stella calls herself a YouTuber. You see the fridge here, it's General Electric, and I think we saw like a Pepsi in the general store. So very subtle product placement. I don't know if they signed off on it, but it's just nice. It just makes this place feel a bit more real. You know, like Stella's there, like she's kind of like a window into like the streamer life that we've seen a lot these days, but still steeped in this old school mystery. So it's kind of refreshing. Anyway, so ghosts are real. I still can't get over that. It feels good, doesn't it? Getting rid of something our family left behind like that. Yeah, let's try this. It feels good, doesn't it? Getting rid of something our family left behind like that. Sure, but you did most of the heavy lifting there. So, ghosts are real. I still can't get over that. I can. I just noticed the cat takes after. There's also a trait here Vano was saying you can speak to animals. I don't have it. My trait is mystical book smart. But if you do play this game, which I do recommend, your playthrough will be totally different depending on your backgrounds and your choices. Like, I want to know what this cat is thinking. But I can't because I don't have that trait. I just know that they're like, look at that. 2 peas in a pod. I see no difference. What does that actually change about anything? I still have a mind to run, and you still have a funeral to attend. I swear, like, I hope Tabitha's not gonna stab us in the back at the funeral due to some strange occultic reasoning. You probably should get going, right? This sounds like I'm like rushing her out of here. Remain silent. I've dawdled long enough. Stay safe. No more hijinks. This is also a big development in our relationship because she was being overprotective because Tabitha has really severe mommy issues. Like, I don't say that as a joke. She was so overprotective of me that it's becoming a bit overbearing, but then understanding where Tabitha's coming from and how she was raised and how she never received the love that a good mother should have provided for her, she projected that all onto us. But now it's like she's finally letting us go like on her own. Like, stay safe. No more hijinks. But I'm letting you go off on your own. So that's like a big change in a relationship. Are you thinking the same thing I'm thinking, cousin? Yeah! But let me know if you get in there. But let me know if you get in trouble, okay? Ha! She likes us! Ah, family. Tabitha slips past you, her heavy boots thudding down the hall as she marches away to face her employees. Last time this happened in history, someone has run out of a rail, a house was burned down, and I believe someone died in that fire, and a lot of shit happened. Time to figure out the rest of your day. Will we get penalized for eating breakfast? Because last episode, Tabitha dragged us out before we could have breakfast. So I am gonna fuel up with a quick PB&J. Hell yeah. If Stella's MIA, who knows when you'll get the chance to eat. You make yourself a PB&J in anticipation for the long day ahead of you. Decisions we will regret down the line, I don't know. Maybe. Because we had this PB&J, we couldn't save Stella. And that's that. Bye, kitty. Head to town. I can't pet the kitty, sadly. Kitty won't let me pet her. You gotta respect the kitty's space. It's time to head to town. You head to the front door and begin your trek to the town below. Why? Hi, ditchlings. Holy shit. They're like not even trying to hide anymore. The sun shines down through a thin layer of clouds, illuminating the path in a watery gray light. And it's daytime. What are they doing out here? You can't help but feel countless eyes watching you from the tree line, a feeling that reminds you of your time in the woods with Stella. Ditchlings shouldn't be out in the middle of the day, though. They're getting bolder. As you continue to trek to town, you pause to stare out at the mountain range beyond the holler, contemplating a world that's blissfully unaware of the danger threatening the citizens of this tiny town. The world outside feels less real with each passing day, as the strange reality of what's happening in Scarlet Hollow gently uproots what you'd always taken to be the truths of our world. Your everyday worries seem distant, overshadowed by a fear and dread that hasn't stopped building up since the moment you stepped off that bus. It isn't long until your journey from the estate is over, and you once again find yourself on the main street of Scarlet Hollow. Daisy! You made it down the hill in one piece. Thank God. I didn't realize there were so many of those ditchlings things around, or I would have driven up to get you. I can't believe they're outside during the day. It feels wrong. How are you doing? Do we turn this into a dating sim now? Flirt. Much better now that I'm with you. It's like, it might be the fun option, but like, Daisy's not in the right state of mind right now. Like, our family's sense of her father and all that, literal ghost haunting yesterday, traumatizing experience, and then your first action of the day is to flirt. Oh, Daisy. Bad. Excited mostly. I can't wait to find out. Excited mostly. I can't wait to find out what horrors we'll witness today. I'm keeping it together. You? I'm not feeling much of anything right now. How about you? It doesn't matter how I feel. We've got work to do. Oh, all the business. Say nothing. I'm mostly just worried about Stella right now. I'll feel better when we find her. No, Daisy's like, okay, we reached out to her. We know she can take care of herself. She's been through a lot. We just have to let her know that we're there. We just have to be reachable should she want to reach out to us. So I'm keeping it together. You? That's good to hear. Emotionally, I'm with you, just trying to keep myself from breaking down too much. But physically, I feel like I got crushed by a steamroller or something. I figured it was from all that ghost possession stuff, but I wasn't feeling great yesterday either. So Mom is convinced it's a cold. She's got me on a strict tea regimen now, and maybe she's onto something. I do feel a little more alive after drinking about a liter of that stuff. I'm at least well enough to go looking for Stella. So how are you mentally? Do we want to keep pushing? Nah. I'm supposed to see your mom at some point today. Maybe she'll finally shed some light on some things. So, ghosts, huh? Any leads on Stella? We could always just chill. Thank you for the hydrate. Man, it's a lot of reading, isn't it? Alright, I'm at least well enough to go looking for Stella. We could always just chill. I'm sure Stella will be fine. Is someone manning the general store while we go looking for Stella? I guess we get started. Okay, I'm supposed to see your mom at some point today. Maybe she'll finally shed some light on some things. I'm not sure what she's planning to tell you today that she couldn't have told all of us last night. Mystic stuff. Maybe she's going to read your fortune. I should probably stop making fun of her whole new age mystic vibe. A lot's happened in the past couple of days. Still, there'll be plenty of time for tea after we look for Stella. Okay, we're gonna look for Stella. Any leads on Stella? I haven't had a chance to talk to anyone else yet, so nope, none so far. She ran north last night, but that doesn't mean she didn't double back. I'm trying not to worry too much. It's possible she's safe somewhere, just not answering her phone. But I also don't want to bet on that. I don't want to, make her feel worse, asking, how are you mentally? So, ghosts, huh? No, we already saw what we saw. You know, why not? It's ghosts, huh? Yeah, ghosts. So she used to be a super skeptic. I don't know about you, but I'm currently staving off a massive existential crisis about the state of matter and what being alive means. I'm still skeptical. There's gotta be a better explanation for what happened last night than ghosts are real and they hate me personally. This information is destroying me. I wonder if this means there's a heaven and hell. If there's an afterlife, we should probably figure out who was right about it, shouldn't we? I'm actually thrilled. Maybe I can be a professional ghost hunter. Any idea why Stella was so upset? Being possessed seemed awful, but she's the only one who ran off. Could be a lot of things. She could have hit her breaking point stress-wise. She could have been horrified by meeting a ghost for the first time. She could be traumatized by what the ghost did. Yep, that's our prediction. Because she played the part of someone who murdered someone. But at the end of the day, I have no idea. We'll just have to find her and see if she wants to stop running away from it and finally just talk things out. I wonder if this means there's a heaven and hell. If there's an afterlife, we should probably figure out who was right about it, shouldn't we? Most cultures on Earth have some kind of ghost in their myths, so it could mean anything. Heaven, hell, Hades, Valhalla, anything. A theory I've heard from people who believe in that sort of thing is that Every now and then, some particularly bad energy builds up in somebody that lingers after their death. So it could be that nobody is right, and ghosts are basically like the echo of someone screaming as they fall down the Grand Canyon. It's an interesting way of putting it. Not really a person, just whatever's left of one slowly fading away. Or maybe one of the religions with an afterlife is right. Though, who knows how you'd possibly narrow it down. And if you ask me, that just doesn't seem like something a person should know. Is someone manning the general store while we go looking for Stella? Screw the general store. Mom can deal. Oh. Okay, I guess we should get started. Yeah, we're burning daylight. Where do first? Oh, we'll have to choose. We should go to the cops? No. We should check it on Oscar. He's smart. Maybe he'll know what to do. Let's check out the diner. We should go to the Mayans. We should check out the church. I'm supposed to get tea with your mom today. Maybe she'll have some ideas. I feel like if we get roped into this, will we even have time for tea? Okay, let's start with the basics. Let's go to Stella's house. Definitely. I probably should have done that before getting you to come all the way down here, but to be honest, I was scared of wandering off by myself. Just in case I ran into any other horrors from beyond the veil. It'd be great if this turns out to be nothing and she's just asleep in bed. Please don't be a doki doki, if you know what I mean. Please. Make your way towards Stella's house. Kanika knocks anxiously on the door. It creaks open. Fuck. The interior is cold, and not just physically. Please don't be a doki doki. Please don't be a doki doki. I'm talking about Doki Doki Literature Club. There's an absence of joy and life that leaves only a chill behind. The ghost of an empty house and the sobering dread that comes with the knowledge that your search won't end here. She's dead. Stella died and it's all my fault. I'm not from around here. Is it normal for people to leave their doors open? Okay, enter Stella's house. Please don't be a doki doki. I don't sense anything supernatural here, but I don't like the look of this. I don't sense anything supernatural here, but I don't like the look of this. We should go in, right? Yeah, we should go in. Fuck. Okay. The living room is the living room is almost exactly as you saw it the other day. Whatever happened to Stella doesn't look like it happened here. Okay, nothing unusual so far. This is a perfectly normal living room. No blood or viscera, not even a tripped over lamp. That's good. Okay, I don't think we're gonna find much here. Let's move on. Investigate Stella's room. Please don't be Kentucky. Okay, she's not dead. She's not dead here. You make your way down the hall to what you assume to be Stella's room. She's not here. Though it's a little untidy, it's the usual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't often have guests in their bedroom. There aren't any signs of violence. Computer. Cool. I love seeing someone's room before they've had a chance to clean it up for company. It's a neat little snapshot, you know. I am kind of fascinated by that as well, though it is kind of impolite, but there's something about it. A snapshot of they catching them unprepared and just seeing who they are. A slice of who they are. This sure looks like a room. Any thoughts? It's a mess. Do you think there's a struggle in here? I don't think there's any clues here. Check her computer. You go to check Stella's computer. I'm not sure we should be snooping on her computer. Is that an invasion of privacy? Kanika, what if there's a clue and we miss it? What if we don't find Stella and it's all because we didn't snoop on her computer? That's what I was thinking. If Stella didn't want us to snoop, she shouldn't have gone missing. I don't make the rules. Okay, but what if she's been gossiping about us to her online friends? No. Look, I know it's an invasion of privacy, but we've got to do whatever we can to find her. That sounds more Daisy. Let's see if it's password protected before we make a fuss about it. If there isn't a password, it's almost like she wants us to snoop. You're no fun, but fine. We won't snoop around on Stella's computer. Okay, you're right. There probably isn't anything helpful on there. I honestly didn't even think about how this might not be a good idea. Good call. Quietly back on the computer. Now I know why there's so many dialogue options. Because there is that 10 attributes per NPC. So each one is adding to one of those 10. That's why there are sentences that, you know, they sound very similar, but they have a different feel. Let's go with... Look, I know it's an invasion of privacy, but we've got to do whatever we can to find her. Sure, snoop away, but I'm not going to take any part in this. I'll just be over here, standing in the corner of the room, and not looking over your shoulder. Let me know if you find anything. Oh shit, it's not password locked. Stella's desktop is horrifically cluttered. Just like mine. There are simply too many files and folders to fit on her monitor. And they overlap... Okay, not as bad as me. And they overlap each other in a chaotic, multi-layered display. I don't know what I expected to see here, but it definitely wasn't this. How does she ever get anything done? Oh, book smart. Sift through the chaos. Check her open tabs. Check her search history. You're right, this is a waste of time. Good job, book smart. Sift through the chaos. Roll for library research. You've spent plenty of time with computers and are more than capable of sifting through the chaos of a messy desktop. One folder catches your eye. Boring taxed stuff. That's probably where she keeps her NSFW stuff. Years of helping friends with their computers have made you all too familiar with this folder. Boring tax stuff never contains boring tax stuff. For that matter, it never contains anything related to taxes, and its contents are never boring. Open it anyway. Open the folder. Oh god. You open the folder. You're surprised to find it contains a carefully mapped out diagram of the Scarlet Hollow mines. Oh, okay. Including holes in fences and areas with low visibility. Huh. There's also a handful of photos of Stella and Tabitha together as teenagers. Oh my god, she actually looks happy. My cousin, I mean. Tabitha wears an uncharacteristic grin. An authentic, joyful smile. Yeah, I could feel it through the art. And Stella's eyes are somehow brighter, less tired. Both of them seem to be living in a happier time. Okay, this diagram will come in useful. So that's how she gets in to interview and shit. And snoop on the Scarlet. Check her open tabs. Check her search history. This is a waste of time. Okay, first check her open tabs. Oh god! Just like me as well. It would take you all day to count the number of open tabs in Stella's browser. So numerous are her tabs. Have you heard of one tab? Stella. Sometimes when it gets too much and I can't take it anymore, I click one button, which grabs all my tabs and shoves it into like an archive. To give you that feeling that, hey, maybe if I want to look for that tab in the future, I can go back to that history. So yeah, one tab. It helps. It would take you all day to count the number of open tabs, blah, blah, blah. So numerous are our tabs that you can't see a single icon. I'm looking at my browser right now. Exactly the same. A sea of rounded, featureless triangles from Windows Edge to Windows Edge. Her most recently opened tab is a post on Uncle Carl's Bigfoot Farm, a forum for cryptozoology enthusiasts. Booksmart. You visited Uncle Carl's Bigfoot Farm in the past. Despite the name and despite the fact that posters call themselves Carl's Big Feet, oh my god, the community takes itself very seriously. Oh, and it's one of the more consistently active cryptid boards on the web. You know, I am so curious. I'm gonna Google this right now. Uncle Carl's Bigfoot Farm. Wow. There aren't any great matches for your search. Wow. They found a title of a website that would make sure that it didn't turn up anything in Google. Impressive. The post in question is titled, "Something Big is Happening in Scarlet Hollow." Hidden I keep forgetting how to pronounce this. Appalachia. Hey everyone, was out chasing a skunk ape sighting the other day and I found these weird little guys. My friend's mom says there's something called ditchlings, but I've never heard of them before. Anyone have any good ideas? Okay, Hidden Appalachia is Stella. Bride of Bigfoot says, camera isn't shaky enough. This is totally staged. There are... Most cameras these days have a stabilizer. Moth Stan says, clean footage and some sort of cryptid nobody has heard of except for your friend's mom? The only thing I'm seeing when I Google ditchlings is some city in England. Thought you were legit. So if it's too blurry, it's fake. If it's too clear, it's fake. Lucky stars. Guys, since when did high quality footage count as anything other than actual evidence? Those things are terrifying. Gary2125479 says, since every low budget horror movie started doing guerrilla marketing, I smell an ARG. Stella, I'm serious. I've got a ton of extra footage. Look at this nest. They've been doing something to the animals in town and they're apparently some sort of bad omen. Like Mothman. Oh, we researched that. Moth Stan? Okay, I'm listening. I love me a Mothman. Lucky stars. I believe you. Gary. Ugh, lucky you're falling right into her lap. I don't trust YouTubers. They're entertainers, not scientists. Sick. The thread continues into the next day. Stella. Hey, okay, so 1, this isn't an ARG, I would never. And 2, you're not going to believe this, but we went into an abandoned mine last night to investigate things, and I'm pretty sure we found some Tommy knockers. Listen to this knocking we managed to catch on tape. Oh, she was filming the whole time. There's a link to an audio file titled TommyKnockersReal.wav. Gary says, just because you put the word real in your file name doesn't mean they're real. Jeez. Bride of Bigfoot says, 2 supernatural events on back-to-back nights? This is so fake. I can't believe I bought into that River Runner hype. You are so full of it. Moth Stan. YouTubers are always going to sell out to big indie horror. Who are they targeting here with this? What's that? The recent announcement, A24. It's amazing news. The 17-year-old creator of like the rooms, the back rooms or something. I have never watched it. I know there's like a video game based on like the back rooms kind of thing, like an SCP thing. And apparently this 17-year-old made a lot of like viral videos about it. And A24 is having this 17-year-old direct a horror movie based on what he did on YouTube. Anyway, YouTubers are always going on sell out to big indie horror. This is Kidnapped by Aliens all over again. Gary says, also lol, doughy white things and now loud popping noises. This is definitely an ARG. Did you sell out to Pillsbury? Lucky stars. Stop cyberbullying her or I'm going to call the mods. Uncle Carl. Locking this thread and giving everyone a 7-day ban. No cyberbullying and no self-promo. The thread ends. Check her search history. You check Stella's search history. She hasn't visited any website since Tuesday night. Tuesday? When did we arrive? If she came home after last night's incident, she didn't touch her browser. Ugh. So she didn't come home. Most likely she didn't come home. Aside from the expected searches for Tommyknockers and Ditchlings, it looks like she's been playing a lot of Sarah McLachlan. I don't know how to pronounce her name properly. I like Sarah McLachlan's songs. That's that. Okay, I think we've seen enough. Thank God. Hacker Man! We got an achievement. Thank God. Okay, I love seeing someone's room. Blah, blah, blah. This looks like a room. Any thoughts? It's a mess. I don't think there are any clues here. Well, this sure looks like a room. Any thoughts? Yeah, nothing much to comment on. This is what her room's been like for pretty much the entire time I've known her. The only thing that's changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. Oh yeah, actually. Aw, she still does the corkboard with strings thing. She loves putting the string on there. I don't think they actually mean anything, but they're more for decoration anyway. I will admit, there really is something like satisfying about like a physical like evidence board or a crazy board, like, especially for a game like Call of Cthulhu or the investigative focused games. I always love having that even virtually, like just a board, pictures, strings, red thread. It's such a cool feeling for me. I also noticed a detail of this that, yeah, her computer is quite fancy, and she also has this ring light positioned at an angle. So, yeah, it's good. It's good for that's good. That's a good angle for the key light. She is a YouTuber. Investigate the kitchen. Neko holder. Oh, and more pictures of Gretchen. Oh, sliced bread and PB and rushed breakfast maybe. Aha, evidence. Stella's kitchen is slightly messy. A couple cabinets are hanging open, and a loaf of bread sits on the counter by a used butter knife. Is Stella's kitchen normally this messy? I wouldn't call this messy. Stella's house has always felt a little sterile to me. This feels a little too lived in, if that makes sense. Though maybe that's just because I've only been over when she was already expecting me. Okay, I don't think we're gonna find much else here. Let's move on. We're not gonna comment on this. Like, it seemed like she was in a hurry, or maybe she's really just messy. It's like she made some sandwiches to go. I got an achievement, still life. Okay, so she's not here, and we still have no idea where she is. I thought I was overreacting this morning. I thought she would have just been sleeping in or something. I can't believe she's actually missing. And we used up time. Where to next? Oh my god. I feel like, of course some of these will lead to dead ends, but Now I'm getting worried. No, not the cops. Based on our interaction with the cops here, useless. We should check in on Oscar. He's smart. Maybe he'll know what to do. Oscar's just gonna be the same boat as we are. But maybe he'll have some insight. But we don't have time for that. I feel like she's been missing the whole day. The whole night. Let's check out the diner. With Avery. We should go to the... I feel like we should go to the mines. Something is drawing me to the mines. Because there's a strike happening. So maybe Stella is there. Thinking she might be able to help out Tabitha. Yeah. We should go to the mines. I guess there's a decent chance Stella went to find your cousin. I can't say I get it, but it's definitely something she would do. Come on, I'll drive us. You follow Kanika to her van. It isn't long before you find yourselves outside the Scarlet mines. 2 for 1. We get the cops and we get to check the mines for Stella. A wall of bodies, picket signs, and megaphones in hand forms a human barricade around the entrance to the Scarlet mines. Well, we got the diagram. I don't know why we didn't save the diagram of the mines. Kanika. Is this a strike? They're striking? It's time Tabitha stopped taking her workforce for granted. I hope it's not weird to talk to them while they're in the middle of all this. Davis. Who's Davis again? Well, if it isn't the boss's cousin. Ah, yeah, because we did say that. Hail and well met, fellow countrymen. What goes on here? How goes the strike? Why are the cops here? Have any of you seen Stella? She's missing. I need to talk to Tabitha. Okay. Have any of you seen Stella? She's missing. The YouTuber? She's the one on all the banned from property posters, right? We haven't seen her. And we've been out here all day, so we'd know if she'd come by. But that's the thing. We saw the diagram. She knows ways inside. But why would she go inside? Why would she go inside? We'll make sure to keep an eye out. Johnson? Who's Johnson? Oh, this guy. Can't say we'll be much help, though. We'll just be standing around here for the foreseeable future. Okay, they haven't seen Stella. Let's just go. Shit, I feel like this could really escalate. Cousin's super busy. And we're gonna pressure her. But we already talked about Stella in the morning. It seems redundant. But why do I get the feeling she snuck in? But for what purpose? Maybe she's just at the diner. Maybe she's totally fine. Maybe she's doing some research. I need to talk to Tabitha. Oh, Davis. So you're saying you want to cross a picket line. Book smart. You don't have to literally cross the picket line to get inside. That map you found on Stella's computer had a couple of blind spots you could use to sneak in. Thank you, game, for acknowledging that we memorized, book smart wise, the map. Thank you. See, there was no keep the map for reference. It's just, you know, hey, we saw the map. And us thinking, hey, maybe this map could come in handy. And the game recognizes that, yes, indeed, because of your book smart, it comes in handy. Hey, Hugby, are you just going to let them block me from going inside? Hey, Kanika, can you vouch for me here? Let's just go call that. Okay, sneak in. You pull Kanika aside and tell her your plan to sneak in. Guess that'll work, but I don't think it's a good idea for me to follow you in there. I'll just wait outside by the van. You make your way to a hole in the fence and sneak into the mine. It's quiet today, empty beyond the ruckus at the front gate. The trailer that serves as Tabitha's office looms above you on the hill. Knock. You walk up to Tabitha's trailer and knock on the door. You wait for a moment. No response. You knock again. Oh, for the love of... The door swings open. Oh, he's already talking to the one leading the strike. Oh, it's you. Why are we disturbing her? Rodriguez. Should I go? Yeah. And try not to get yourself noticed. Oh. Oh. What is this? Under the table dealing? Striking a deal? Well, they don't have a union, so... How did you handle this, Tabitha? What are you two talking about? Hey, do you have a minute? It's important. I don't care about the strike. I just came to see you. Remain silent. Okay. Are we gonna burden her with this? Fine. Hey, do you have a minute? It's important. I really don't. But you're already here, aren't you? Make it quick. Should I... I already said you can leave, Rodriguez. We'll talk more later. The door clicks closed as Rodriguez leaves Tabitha's office. Oh, fuck! The instant you're alone, Tabitha rounds on you. What? I'm so sorry. I ruined her strike. I ruined her plans. She grabs you by the collar, her face close to yours, eyes full of rage, her words a frustrated hiss. Oh, fuck! Listen to me, Daisy Barnes. Really, listen. This isn't some fun little game, okay? This is my life, and if you value yours, you'll keep quiet about what you just saw. I don't care if we're family. I can make the rest of your stay here a living hell if you cross me. Look, I wasn't even gonna ask you. I get it though. I get it. She's there's some under the table dealing going on, especially because there's no union. So Tabitha can actually do whatever she wants because they're the ones, they're committing a crime. It's illegal. But I don't... Yeah. I didn't even ask. But I understand why she was like, maybe we overheard her. So that means it's pretty serious. It is pretty serious. She was talking to Rodriguez. And they came to some agreement, maybe. She's the... I don't know. Like, what do they call it? Like there's a strike, but then there are people who are like still loyal to the company, like a scab. Is that what they call them? I don't know. I'm just here to find Stella. Her grip loosens. Tabitha. Sorry to get scary for a second. I've just been pushed to the brink this week. I can't have anything else go wrong. Start crying. Oh no. Start crying. I love that is an option. I really love that is an option. To just start crying. Okay, we should talk about the strike and we should talk about what just happened here. No, we're chill. I get it. How dare you touch me like that? I'm glad you're having such a hard time. The Scarlets are finally getting what they deserve. Wow, so petty. No, we're chill. I get it. I hope you mean that. Because if you don't, Just know that I always follow through on my promises. Scary? Scary? What did you come up here to talk about anyway? Just decided you wanted to bother me on the worst possible day to be bothered? Oh my god. And we're gonna bother her with... Because she still has feelings for Stella, and we're gonna like put more on her plate. I want to talk about the strike. Right now it's like Daisy's like... I feel like, yeah, the strike might be related to the curse overall. Like, we have to deal with this properly, or the curse won't... I don't know how to even break this curse. I don't even know what we're fighting. We just have to end up finding those cursed artifacts to learn more. Anyway, I wanted to see how you were doing with the strike, your mom, everything. Let's really talk. It's not the time and place for that. Okay, I love you, bye. Love you, bye. That's it. It's like, I made a mistake. Love you, bye-bye. Worst cousin ever. Ugh. That's all, bye. I'm done here. See you around. I feel bad. It's okay. You just gotta own up to it. Because if they, maybe she knows where they used to hang out with as teenagers, right? Maybe it's some secret hangout spot that only they know. Stella is still missing. We've been looking all over town for her and don't have any leads. I'm so sorry, Tabitha. Why do things keep happening to me? Please, can I just have one day where only one thing happens? Tabitha groans in frustration. I'm sure she'll turn up, but I'll see if I can get a hold of her. Don't think looking for my missing acquaintance gives acquaintance. Ha, they were just roommates, sure. Gives you a pass to do anything dangerous. No promises. You already know me, cousin. You're forbidden from doing risky things, even for what you might think is a good reason. She's talking like her mom. Mystical. Mystical. I'll wind up wherever I wind up. Those who seek to avoid doomed prophecies often fulfill them through attempts to be free. What the hell? Okay, now I think this is not the right time for this kind of mystic bullshit. Anyway, I'm going to do whatever it takes to find her. I don't think I'm able to judge what's risky or not. Last night was supposed to be a cakewalk. Lie. Okay. Okay. Lie. You know I do what I do what I want. I promise I'll stay safe. That's what I can promise. I can promise to try and stay safe. How about that? Let's add less worries. But I don't think this is the right time to... it sounds fun. I want to straight up say about, doomed prophecies and attempts to be free from it. But... let's try to reassure her. I mean, it is wrong to burden her with more of this, but... I promise I'll stay safe. I hope you can stick to that. Please, let's have one day where no one winds up traumatized or stuck in mortal peril. I'm done here. See you around. That's all. Bye. Love you. Bye. You know what? Let's, now that we kind of like de-escalated things, maybe... I also wanted to see how you were doing. The strike, your mom, everything. Let's really talk, if you want to. Duh! Did you really think I'd want to have some kind of heart-to-heart right now? Sorry, Daisy, but I have work to do. Save your probing questions for some other time or never. I don't care which. Why did you even invite me here if you dislike me so much? I just wanted to have a conversation with you on my own terms instead of you dragging me into God, you suck. I can't believe we're related. Sorry, I'll go. This sounds bad also. If not now, then when? I'm only here for. This also sounds bad. Like you're trying to gaslight her. Like I'm just trying to connect with you. But she keeps brushing us off. But I know it's the. Like. Ah, man. Should we risk this? I just wanted to have a conversation with you on my own terms instead of one you dragged me into. It's really not the right time. Like, I really feel like I should just back off. But I feel like with Stella and everything, she might be repeating the mistakes of her family and perpetuating the curse or something. If that's how this thing works. I don't know. Okay, you know what? Let's set a schedule then. If not now, then when? I'm only here for a few more days. Every time we talk, we end up fighting. What? What? No. Am I the one who's wrong? Am I the problem? What? Why would I want to spend time with you when you make the whole experience so unpleasant? You're breaking my heart. Neither one of us likes the other. Let's just stay as cordial as we can until the week is over and we can go our separate ways. Wow, so that's where we stand. I thought we were able to make a connection. I thought we were gonna be friends. But that's where we stand? Okay. Okay. Fine. Well, I want to talk about the strike. Good for you. I don't. Now, if you have something else to talk about, spit it out. Otherwise, get out of my office and let me work. Turn and leave. I'm done here. See you around. I'm hurt. I'm done here. See you around. Great. I have a lot of work to do, so don't come poking around up here again. I don't have endless hours of free time to entertain you. That is fair. That is totally fair. That is the worst time to ask for a talk. Honestly, that is the worst. Like, what were you thinking, Daisy? What were you thinking? That is terrible. You leave the office, the door slamming shut behind you. I got an achievement for that though. Picket line. Visit the mines in episode 4. You find Kanika waiting for you outside. You don't look like you found any new leads. It feels like we've done our due diligence here. Come on. I'll drive us back to town and we can figure out our next move from there. Fudge. Third time's a charm. Oscar's dealing with his daughter. Cops are busy with a picket line. The church? That seems unexpected, but... This explores. I don't know if that has any big ramifications. Because this is the only option. I think this is like the main quest, which is get tea with Sybil. I think that's what like the next major point in the main quest. But like I don't know how much this will affect the actual outcome if we continue to explore. I feel like throwing out left field, check the church. Maybe she's there. Who knows? We should check out the church. The church? What? Do you think Stella decided to get religious all of a sudden? Because she already said no. They already said no one goes to the church. Maybe she's actually gonna talk to the pastor, because the pastor has been nonstop trying to get the people of the town to go to service, or to at least go to him for guidance. But everyone feels so uneasy around him, including me. My mystic senses tingled, even though I didn't want to feel creeped out by him. The game told me my character felt creeped out by him. So maybe after the events of what happened, being puppeted to murder someone, that is enough to like break a lot of people, I think. So maybe she decided to actually take up the offer and talk to this pastor. Maybe. That's we won't know until we check. I don't know if she'll be there. I just want to talk to the pastor. I just want to be thorough. I feel like I need some spiritual cleansing after what we've been through. No, I want to stock up on holy water and crosses. I want to tell Pastor Daniel that ghosts are real. I want to rub it in his face. Remain silent. No, she seems really shaken up. It's not unlikely. Yeah, because no one from town is there, and it's someone she can talk to that isn't us. So maybe. You're right, you're right. Stranger things have happened. Let's make it quick, though. I don't want him trying to rope me into some church event. Kanika leads the way, taking you up the gradual slope towards the church. Why is this so familiar? What game did I play that was also... We went to the church, and then... Mundown! I think it was Mundown. No. What game was it? There was like a monster. Like the pastor told us to check on someone in the village, so we checked on that person, and then there was like a monster, and then we found out that it was. I think it was one of my RPG sessions. It's all blurring together. It's making me even more wary of this place. And then the pastor was the one at fault for trying to bring some townspeople back to life or something. And then yeah, I think this was a tabletop RPG session. I just can't remember. Anyway, this is like the same image in my mind. Kanika leads the way, taking you up the gradual slope towards the church. All right, where is that weirdo? Ah! See, 3 visitors. My. 3 visitors at once on a Thursday. This is unprecedented. Called it. She came. But there are only 2 of us. Oh no. Were we followed by a ditchling? Were we followed by Wayne? Oh no, it's Zane. Okay, fine. Zane, maybe. Because Zane... After the traumatizing events of the past few days, Zane was all like, I've come in, like, to question, to appreciate, but, you know, he was all like, he got all philosophical on us. So up, old people. Oh, it's just Zane. What are you doing here? Here, exactly. All the glimpses of death I've had in the past 2 days have forced me into the midst of an existential crisis, my dudes. I wanted to see if faith held any answers for me. Alas, I have not yet found the solace I seek. Give it time, Zane. It sometimes takes a while for the Lord to work his way into your heart, but when he does, you won't regret letting him in. Be sure to look over those pamphlets I gave you, and of course, I'm always here if you need to talk. See, he's such a... my mystic senses were like, this guy's such a creep, but I don't want to, assume he's a bad guy. Because that's such a typical point in the story, right? It's like the priest is always the bad guy. The priest of the small town is always the bad guy. Sure thing, Pastor D. Peace, y'all. Anyway, we're looking for Stella. She wandered off last night and no one has seen her since. We're starting to get pretty worried. We hope maybe you or Janie had seen her. I can't speak for Janie, but I'm afraid I've seen neither hide nor hair of Stella. If you'd like to talk to my wife, she's just over by the alpacas. Though, Daisy, I was hoping we might be able to talk in private. What do you have to say to her that you can't say in front of me? Please, if you wouldn't mind, this is a personal matter. Yeah, he's been wanting to talk to me for some reason. Personal for whom? I'd rather folks not pry on this. You know how rumors get started. How about we split up? Kanika, you talk to Janie. I'll talk to this guy. It's okay. I'm happy to talk to him. If you're sure. I guess I'll leave you to it while we... it's Kanika. I guess I'll leave you to it while we check in with Janie. I'll be right over there by the fence that's conveniently in your line of sight. Okay? Kanika heads off towards Janie and the alpacas, leaving you alone with the nervous pastor. Alright, let's do this. I'm so glad you decided to come up to visit me. So many young people these days seem to think they can solve all their problems on their own. Meanwhile, God is right there ready to help them, if only they'd let him into their hearts. The pastor's eyes dart back towards the alpacas. That's so creepy. Did you cut up people and then feed them to the alpacas? Let's not judge him here, chat. Let's just... Maybe he's just socially awkward. But my mystic senses put in the red flags. Because I trust my mystic senses. Okay, good. She's gone. You're new in town. What? What kind of impression did I make on you? Am I creepy? Oh my god. Whenever I see you, it's like this ominous little piano starts playing. This literally is playing. You're extremely creepy. I don't think you're creepy at all. If anything, you've been extremely welcoming to me. Personally, I like the cut of your jib. You haven't really done anything wrong, but you have no chill. Kanika said you smiled through her dad's... Kanika said you smiled through her dad's funeral. I think that this is part of the problem. If you have to pull strangers aside to ask them if you're creepy, you probably come off as creepy. Stare at him in silence. You know, let's be honest to our mystic senses, alright? Whenever I see you, it's like this ominous little piano starts playing. Like, as a player, I don't want to assume the worst of someone. But as Daisy, we had this instinctual gut feeling and reaction and aversion to this person. Like, we did it with the the carvings, the cursed artifacts or whatever they are. Like, that really made us nauseous. So I'm gonna trust our gut here. Whenever I see you, it's like this ominous little piano starts playing. You're talking about a metaphorical piano, right? Because I can't say I've ever heard one following me around. It wasn't always like this, you know? Believe it or not, before I moved to Scarlet Hollow, I used to be pretty popular. I was one of the cool kids over at Harvard Divinity School. Oh, fudge. Huh? What in the... Who did the... What in the... What? Stella? Who are... He's interrupted by the sounds of a snapping twig and a high-pitched giggle, partly muffled by the underbrush on the edge of the property. Oh, okay. Daughter. Tulip, come out of here. You know you're not supposed to play in the woods. Tulip glances back into the woods, quiet as she hesitates. Let me guess, she plays with the ditchlings. Tulip, are you going to be good? Or are we going to skip story time tonight? I'll be good. You don't have to skip story time. I won't go into the woods, I promise. I know you won't, Tulip, because you know it's too dangerous for little girls in there. Why don't you go help Mama with the alpacas? It's just about time they got fed. You can give them hay. Oh, she looked happy. Tulip smiles broadly, seemingly excited by the prospect, and hurries off. See, and then they add the creepy music. So they're already like emotionally manipulating you around this guy. Like they when we met this guy, this music was already playing. So immediately you're like, you see this, this guy with a creepy smile, a cross, kind of too well dressed, too well kept. You're immediately like, it's too obvious if he's a bad person, right? But I don't know why. I don't know why this music is so powerful emotionally that it just sets the entire tone of this exchange. Like, if you remove this music, I could imagine this being kind of a wholesome thing with Daisy and the pastor, like trying to figure out, people in town think you're creepy, but hey, I'm new, let's talk about it. But this music is just like, scary shit's happening. And then that thing with the woods, this little girl, she's been playing with the ditchlings, I think. Sorry I had to have a firm parenting moment just then. She's been trying to run off into those woods a lot lately, and it's really dangerous, even for adults. There's this massive trash dump not too far past the trees, but it must be at least 50 years old, so it's all grown over and looks like it's part of the landscape. Oh my god, it's a mass grave, isn't it? 50 years? This is no coincidence. The Shaw mine collapsed, the dead bodies they probably unearthed, if they did, mass grave. That is probably the source of the curse. But if you accidentally walk on it, you might find yourself falling into a hip-deep mound of rusty cans and broken glass. Tulip made up some imaginary friends and keeps telling us that they want her to go out there. Like the word of some fictional creature she made up is going to convince us it's a good idea for her to play in somebody's old garbage. Calling it. Ditchlings, the source is that mass grave relating to the events of the collapse decades ago. Ditchlings reaching out to the little girl, wanting her to play and be witnessed. Whether their intents are for ill or for weal or woe, I don't know. But she's 7. Of course she would get some funny little ideas like that. I hate to break it to you, Pastor. I'd love to get the community to rally around a big cleanup. It's about time somebody got rid of all that junk. Tetanus Lake, Stella told me about it. How big a trash dump are we talking? Would a weekend of hard work clear it out? What's that you were saying about imaginary friends? Stella and her friends used to play out there all the time and none of them got sick or died. Oh, so Stella might be there. Oh, let the kid have some fun. The trash heap sounds awesome. Okay. How big a trash dump are we talking? Would a weekend of hard work clear it out? Maybe if you had construction equipment and a team of professionals. It's a big area, and I have no idea how deep it goes. In the meantime, let me guess, in an episode we're going to be going there. Next episode we're probably going to go there. In the meantime, I'm just making sure Tulip knows not to go near it. Oh, see, this must be Tetanus Lake. Stella just told me about it. Tetanus Lake? That's an accurate name. I wonder if Tulip would stay away if I started calling it that. Or if it would only make it sound more alluring. Okay, what's that you were saying about imaginary friends? Oh, she's just been talking about these friends of hers lately. Little stories about creatures that live in the church. I'm sure she saw some animal in there and decided it was her friend. It's nothing to be overly concerned about, except the trash heap situation. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Kanika walking back to the two of you. She must have finished talking to Janie. Janie says she hasn't seen Stella either, so we better get going. Hope your talk with the pastor went well. Oh, you won't spoil anything, but you can intrigue you with the info that you can get very different insight into the situation with different traits. Hmm. Perhaps since we're gonna finish this episode today, I'm sure there's a lot to talk about. We could probably talk about it then, because I want to be right now kept in the unknown, the what ifs that might color my perspective on things. But I'm gonna live with my own predictions first, and then let's figure things out after we're done with the episode. But thank you for offering. I would love to hear about people's different playthroughs, because there are many different paths. Yes, we had a great conversation. I appreciate you all stopping by, even if it wasn't under the best circumstances. I'll let you all be on your way. And I hope Stella turns up soon. I'll put in some good prayers with the big man for her. Alright, thanks. See ya. Hey, Fisher, being creeped out sufficiently by what's happening to this town. We just not much has happened. We're just looking for Stella. We can't seem to find her, so we visited her house, visited the mines. I got heartbroken because our cousin made it clear about where we stand with her, and I don't know if I'm the terrible person. I think I'm the terrible person because I tried to talk to her during a highly stressful event because there's a strike at the mines, and we stumbled upon her talking surreptitiously to one of the miners, and he snuck in. He wasn't supposed to know. And no one was supposed to know that they talked. So she was handling the strike, I guess, under the table. And we stumbled upon them, and we got throttled by our cousin, and she threatened us. She could say, if you tell anyone about what you just witnessed, I will make your life a living hell. So that was really scary. And we told her, yo, we're just looking for Stella, which made her even more upset, understandably, because she's dealing with a strike. And then we just waltz in there and we ask her, hey, Stella's missing. And then after that, I'm like, hey, can we talk? It's of all the times for a heart to heart talk, you chose now. So that is my bad. Should have followed my gut and just backed off, you know? And I appreciate that because, yeah, even explore, as you said, Vanua, even the explore options, which usually don't have ramifications in other dialogue heavy RPGs. Explore options are just really more for context. Here, if you don't read the room properly, you can piss off your cousin. For example, you can piss off your cousin. So that was not the right time and place to do so. And I really hope that doesn't mess up our relationship, because I was trying to be nice to Tabitha. And I thought we made a connection. I thought we broke down some of her barriers. And then she says that, whenever we talk, we fight. So it's like a what's that movie with Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson? Kind of like that. Just something she was just saying that you can't every time we talk we fight. It's you everything talking to you is always so unpleasant. I don't know if she meant what she said, but I was hurt. So I'm like, fine. I know I shouldn't have tried to talk to you. Bye. So sadness. That's the drama we've been experiencing, and of course Stella's missing. I thought it was we were gonna encounter a Doki Doki Literature Club situation when we went to Stella's house because she's been missing. But thank God, not yet. We have not stumbled upon Stella, whether she's alive or dead. But my mystic senses felt that something terrible happened to Stella. So I got desperate. I like, damn it. Ugh, okay. Well, that actually might be a nice place to pause. We will be streaming the whole day, but I do have to take a break for dinner. Let's just see what happens for the next scene. And before we decide what we're gonna do next, Grr, Fisher. Yes, that's what I meant by Doki Doki. So thank God, thank all the gods it wasn't a Doki Doki situation. Not yet. Like, I'm worried we'll probably discover her body in a ditch somewhere because my mystic senses felt something terrible happen to her. So maybe she went to investigate on her own. Maybe she went to Reese's house to get to the room on her own. Maybe, but understandable because the events of last night, she was puppeted to murder someone. So I'm pretty sure she is traumatized, and we're just worried like where she is. Anyway, Kanika starts back down the path to town and you follow. Thank you for the hydrate, Bonebreaker. All right. The smallest church in Scarlet Hollow. We got an achievement for that. I'm getting achievements for just visiting these areas. Now I want to visit everything. In similar fashion, maybe we can just visit the diner next because maybe we're tired and we want to visit the diner. So we get to talk to Avery, who we haven't talked to since episode 1. Maybe he'll have insight. And also, it'll mirror the fact that we're also going to go for dinner in real life. Okay, Kanika. Okay, now that we put some distance between us and the church, what did he want to talk to you about? He didn't say anything weird, did he? No, aren't you let the man have his privacy? He wanted to know why everyone in town thinks he's creepy. Everyone in this town is so mean to him as a nice guy, not what my senses told me. Tulips apparently made some weird imaginary friends. Might want to check it out later this week. Yeah. That's the important part. Tulips apparently made some weird imaginary friends in the forest next to the garbage dump, which is probably a mass grave. We might want to check it out later this week. Kids make up imaginary friends all the time. Let's not get too distracted until we find Stella, though. Where to next? Alright. So, let's save. Still no leads as to where Stella is. Wait, why did I put it on quick save? Huh? Quick saves. There's a quick save button? Whoops. Okay. So we're gonna pause here. I'm gonna go for dinner. You have a pleasant walk and pleasant food as well, Vanua. Thank you for dropping by as well, Fisher. But I will be back in an hour, maybe. So thank you everyone who has been here for the beginning of the episode. Thank you so much. Great to have you here, Ponderkind. Great to have you here, Fisher, Vanua, Bonebreaker, Pow. Thank you all for dropping by. Bill, thank you for that subscription. It's great to have you back. Thank you for saying all the kind words, everyone. Just how we're a chill stream and whatever. And Izzy, hopefully you're doing well as well. Enjoying your shift. Nothing too crazy happening over there. O5, I know you're in the metro. If you're watching this now and you can actually hear us, always great to have you around. Blushing Peony, as always, thank you for your support and for being here. I'm gonna see y'all in an hour, alright? So for anyone who may be lurking, if you enjoy this content and want to keep up with the channel and when we next go live, please do consider hitting that follow button and checking us out on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Our Discord is also open 24/7 if you wish to join the community. So I'll see you all in an hour. We will be continuing Scarlet Hollow and we will be finishing episode 4. I'm not ready for it yet because it's the last episode of the early access until a long wait, but I'm really enjoying acting out these characters, and role playing as Daisy. So I'll see you all in a bit. That's all. Take care. And Kofka, I have to remember what that is, but I'm pretty sure it'll look delicious again. Always thankful for you sharing the food, Fisher. You enjoy the meal that you're going to prepare. Please do share it once you do. I'd love to see it and be hungry all over again. And I am going to take a break myself, have some dinner, and we will continue this horror. I hope Stella's alive. I really hope so. And I'm still so hurt that my cousin and I got in a fight. But that felt real. That felt like a real response to someone who insisted on having a serious talk in a high stress, unrelated situation, right? It's not the right time to have a heart to heart during a strike, which could tank the company and change the future of everyone, right? I deserve that. So we'll see if we can make it up to our cousin. But more importantly, where is Stella? That's all I got for you today. Thank you, everyone. And as always, welcome to the table. Have a good one. Bye bye.